Welcome back to RealPage Economy Express. After weeks of data blackouts, we're finally getting the first wave of delayed reports, and they're giving us a much clearer read on where inflation, growth, and housing are heading. So let's jump in. We'll start with inflation and spending. The latest personal income and outlays report showed core PCE up 20 basis points in September and 2.8% year over year, a bit softer than expected. Headline PCE rose 0.3%, also running at 2.8% annually. Income increased 40 basis points, beating forecasts, while spending was up 30 basis points, coming in slightly light. Producer prices told a similar story. The PPI rose 30 basis points in September after dipping 10 basis points the month before. Most of that gain came from energy, where prices jumped 3.5%, including an 11.8% spike in gasoline. Over the year, PPI is up 2.7%. Now to housing. The Case-Shiller Index showed another step down in price momentum. National home prices were up just 1.3% from a year ago, down from 1.4%, marking the weakest growth since mid-2023. Chicago led with a 5.5% gain, while Tampa dropped 4.1%. Contract activity showed a bit more life. Pending home sales rose 1.9% in October, though they're still 0.4% below last year. The Midwest was the standout, up 5.3% on the month and 0.9% year over year. The West moved into the opposite direction, down 1.5% from September and 7% year over year. Mortgage demand softened again. MBA applications fell 1.4% last week. Refinances slipped 4%, even though they are still more than 100% above last year. Purchase applications rose 3% after adjustment. The average 30-year fixed rate eased to 6.32%. Now on to jobs. The ADP report showed private employers cutting 32,000 jobs back in November, with small businesses taking the biggest hit at 120,000. Pay growth for job stayers slowed to 4.4%, while job changers saw 6.3% growth. Weekly unemployment claims improved. Initial claims fell to 191,000, the lowest since 2022, and the insured unemployment rate stayed at 1.3%. And finally, consumers. The Michigan Sentiment Index ticked up to 53.3, held by strong expectations, while the consumer confidence fell sharply to 88.7, with expectations dropping to 63.2, well below typical recession signal territory. Overall, inflation is cooling, housing is mixed, the job market is losing momentum, and consumers remain split. With inflation under 3% and job growth slipping, the Fed now has more room to cut rates when they meet next week. We'll keep watching it. See you next time on RealPage Economy Express.